Hello there, my name is Brad and my wife Pat. We are Quality of Life Grace Teaching Ministry, and we want to thank you for tuning in and joining us. If you missed the teaching on what is faith, you'll want to check that out. Just a quick review of what that was. This is a follow up from that teaching. What is faith? Basically, it's a gift from God, and so it's given to unbelievers through grace. And this is a gift from God, not of works. And so you can't, drum it up. And so go back and check that out if you missed it. This one is going to follow that. And this teaching is saved. What does it mean to be saved? And saved from what? And I think about the story of the guy that was working on a cruise ship, and he happened to fall into the ocean at night. Well, nobody really knows why he fell or how he fell, but he fell, and they found him the next day. Another ship found him in the ocean. And, so saved actually means to be rescued from danger. So can you imagine being on a ship? My wife and I have taken a cruise, and, that was our honeymoon. I think it was our honeymoon, and we celebrated some other things. But that ocean's big, and it's scary, man. I couldn't even imagine what that would be like to fall off a big cruise ship at night. And not only that, but you're out in that ocean at night. Well, long story short, he made it. He was rescued. But can you imagine the danger that he was in that ocean, and the thoughts that were racing through his mind? Well, that's kind of what it's like, until we're saved. We're like wondering, man, am I gonna go to heaven? How do I? What is this eternal life stuff? And I want to know that I know I'm saved from, you know, going to the pit of hell. I want to know that I'm saved. And so what does that mean? Basically, saved from danger. It means to be rescued. Now, the Apostle Paul is going to tell us something, and he's going to tell us in Colossians. He's writing to the church in Colossae there, and he's writing in chapter 1, verses 13 and 14. He says, "For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." Now, again, we're saved, we're rescued from the dominion of darkness. And it's kind of like that guy at night in the ocean, until he was rescued. It was like he was in this dominion of darkness. We know what's under there. There's sharks, there's all kinds of predators in there. And he's just like a buffet in the ocean. But yeah, so we were rescued from the dominion of darkness. And the dominion of darkness was a very scary place. And many of us, I don't think, realize how dangerous and how scary it really was. Well, I like to give you this story because I was sitting at a table, and now this was a vision I had, and I was awake, so it wasn't a dream. It was a vision I had, and so I was sitting at the table, the dining table, with Satan and a couple other demons. And I was playing cards with them. And then all of a sudden I look to my left and there's Jesus. And he looks at me, and I get up off the table and I go with him. He gets me off of that table, you see. And so Satan and his demons had a plan to do something to me, and it was to destroy me. And if I didn't get off of that table with him, I would have been. But did you notice that when Jesus came, he's the one who got me off the table. He's the one who pulled me out of there. He rescued me. That's what it means to be saved. I like what Jesus said to his disciples. He said, "You did not choose me, but I chose you." You see there? And so Jesus had some very encouraging things to tell us about being saved. He gives the parable of the Good Samaritan, you know. And no one can help this person that's laying down in the gutter except for the Good Samaritan. And he comes by, and he's the only one that's able to help him and saves him. It's a picture of Jesus saving us, that parable. Jesus also said this to the Pharisees. You know, they were the religious people of the day. Why? The religious people said to one of the disciples, they were all sitting around, and why does your teacher sit with such scum? And the Pharisees, the religious people, were talking about the disciple, one of, you know, John or Peter or one of them. And Jesus heard that and said to the Pharisees, I didn't come to save the righteous, meaning the self-righteous, but the unrighteous, the sick. You see, he said, doctors don't need help. They have no need for help, but sick people do. You see who Jesus comes for? And so he has compassion on the hurting, the outcast, and that's what he does. That's what he's all about. And so that's just a quick snippet of what it means to be saved. We were saved from a very, very scary place, from a dark place. And so go back and check that out. The first part of this teaching, and we started out with what is faith, and of course this one is what is saved. So be encouraged. God bless.